A corporate giant offers you $100 million to do work for them exclusively for the rest of your life. But you just got a deal for $10 million doing your own work exclusively. You going with the $100 million? What's going on, guys? I am your host, Dee Boogie Brown, and we're here at Creative Chronicles Podcast. I have a special guest for you guys today, all right? Now, I do want to mention, we are in Dallas. Creative Chronicles is on tour. Let's get it. But I got some hitters for y'all. I want y'all to meet Silky, y'all. Look, Silky, how you feeling?
I'm cool.
Hey, yo, so look, tell the world a little bit about what you into.
Man, what am I not into, to be honest? But nah, I'm a graphic designer. Been doing this thing since 2008. On the entrepreneur side. It's one of the many hustles, but yeah, that's the main focus here today.
That's dope. Look, we got the clothing out here. Look, so yeah, introduce your brand. Introduce the brand a little bit.
So the clothing brand is called Zuvé Cardiff. It's in the up and coming, but yeah, like the inspiration really came from, me putting in all the work into other clients, because I was always doing commission pieces for people, hence the graphic designer portion. And as I went through this journey, I just decided, well, since I put so much energy into other people, let me try to put the energy into my own.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
I know that's right. And I be feeling the same way. I'll be like, bro, they got me slaving out here. I might as well be working this hard for my own thing.
Right.
So I congratulate you. I salute you on creating your own brand.
Thank you.
Now we're going to jump into your story a little bit. So tell us about Silky. I know that you have an interesting story. So tell the world about your growing up.
All right, so I grew up in Honolulu, Hawaii. Shout out to the 808. Yeah, so like I said, grew up in Hawaii. That's where the graphic designing part came into play. I got into it when I was a freshman in high school. Took classes all 4 years of high school, and I pretty much did like all of the logos and stuff for my high school. So that's kind of where the hustle kind of started. So, where, your high school needs like a logo, or we need like class shirts and stuff. That's where it came from. But I was a little popular in high school. So I thought, well, since I'm creative with the logos and stuff, let me go ahead and use my popularity to kind of get the hustle going, because, a freshman in high school, we're broke.
Big broke vibes.
Big broke.
Top ramen all day. Shout out to Top Ramen.
Right, big broke. So, that's where I started to, make a little money on the side for myself. And with the whole popularity, it really came from me being a dancer. So I had a dance crew back then, and my first few designs was actually towards my dance crew. My first t-shirt I ever printed up, screen printed, was for my dance crew. And being from Hawaii, the culture out there, everybody's big on supporting the family, the culture, and everything. Nice. So once I figured out the formula with popularity, the dancing, with the club promoting and stuff, I was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and put that out for my crew. And we started doing different competitions representing Hawaii internationally and here in the mainland. I know y'all ain't familiar with that term, but yeah. So yeah, I got started in that, and it's been a crazy journey.
Crazy journey, right?
It's been a crazy journey.
Oh my goodness, that sounds so interesting. So the first thing I think about is like, how did your family take to the graphic design, and also as well, you traveling and actually being talented at dancing? How did they take to all of that?
So my parents are my biggest supporters.
Hey.
My mom, if you're, from a Hispanic household, you could do the littlest thing and they're gonna highlight that thing. So, once I started printing up t-shirts and stuff, it went from like my mom, she could be on the phone with a friend of the family. She's like, oh yeah, my daughter makes clothes. Even though I didn't have a clothing brand at the time, but I would have people randomly hitting me up like, hey, your mom told me that you make t-shirts, let me buy one off of you. And I didn't even know who these people were.
Right.
So, with the family, my dad, that meant shout out to him, because all of my dance crew t-shirts and stuff, to this day, that man rocks anything I make.
Big support.
Yeah. Shout out to Pops. So yeah, like, you know, the family, they're really supportive. With the whole dancing and stuff, I know Jesse wanted me to put on the YouTube stuff, but we ain't gonna go there.
Shout out to the producer Jay Wandar in the building.
Yeah, we ain't gonna go there though. But yeah, you know, with being in Hawaii, it's a melting pot. So I meet people from all over the world: Japan, New Zealand, Korea, and you know, those people, they'll see my work and be like, "Yo, do you have any merch I can buy from you?" And I'd be like, "Sure." And my selling point is, you know, buy this and you're gonna be the first person in Korea with this shirt. You know, so
that's a fire pitch.
Yeah.
Look, I'm about to steal that.
Yeah, for sure.
That's fire. So I wanna really just lock in, right? So now we have Hawaii. Transition me to Dallas. What or was it steps in between there? What led up to Dallas?
So it was a lot of steps. So all right, just to try to make this story, you know, real short. So graduated from high school. Nobody was worrying about going to college. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I have college credits in graphic arts, but it wasn't really something that I wanted to do because I thought, like, if I'm already good at making, you know, quality work on the side, like, I don't see me working in corporate America for graphic design. So, you know, I chilled for a little bit after high school. And then I decided to move to Memphis. So when I got to Memphis, Tennessee, being a military brat, you know, when you turn 21, you either gonna be a full-time student or you gonna, you know, just try to figure things out. So I wanted to keep my parents' military benefits, so I went ahead and got into college. Total monkey in the wrench with this, but I went to school for aircraft maintenance. All right, so it was a good paying career, and I wanted to use that to be able to fund my dreams for graphic arts, because I really see myself having like printing locations, you know, screen printing, embroidery, vinyl cutters, stuff like that. So I got into that to fund, you know, everything that I got going on now, and then I moved to Dallas. Okay. So once I got to Dallas, I started buying so many printers that some stuff I didn't even use, but you know, I just was like, well, I can teach myself this. You know, I've been doing this for a minute, and I'm always the DIY kind of person. So I went ahead and copped my first screen printer. Then I got a vinyl cutter, sublimation printer, like got all that stuff at the crib. And my thing is, when it comes to work like this, I'm very picky. Right. So, you know, that's fine. If anybody is in the clothing industry, you know how hard it is to find quality manufacturers. Absolutely. Right. So because I knew the background on how this process works, I wanted to perfect it for myself, so that once I got to that stepping stone in my life where I didn't have time to do my own printing, I knew what to look for in the market. Absolutely. As far as like outsourcing work. Absolutely. So went ahead, did my whole little printing stuff at home and stuff, and like it went from me doing clothes to me doing commission pieces for other people. Absolutely. And then that's when the whole business contract started to get into play with different corporations, as far as like storefronts. You know, if you see any storefront, you know they got stuff in the windows like vinyl decals and stuff like that. I got into things like that too. So yeah. So I want to bring it all the way back. Go ahead. Because I'm an avid listener. Yeah. Like I don't know what it is about it. So I want to bring it all the way back to you. You mentioned that you're a military brat, right? Yeah. So your father is in the military? Both my parents. My dad was a Marine. My mom was Army. So that means that you're well traveled. Very well. So that means you met a lot of people. Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, did that also help you with your selling tactics from meeting so many people, from moving around? Of course. Did that increase your hustle and your chances? Yeah, tell us about that. So, you know, being that both of my parents were in the military, moved around a lot. Like, at one point, I went to about 4 different schools before 5th grade, right? So, meeting different people from different backgrounds, different cultures, you start to become versatile. Like, you could put me in an environment and I'm gonna be able to vibe with anybody. So with that, you know, it really helped because some people, they might get in an environment and they just kind of like shut down.
Right, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
With me being the opposite, anybody I meet, you know, if they ask me, oh, what do you like to do on your own time, stuff like that, you know, clothing brand or graphic design, you know, if you need something, hit me up.
Absolutely.
Right. So yeah, I mean, you know, it wasn't hard for me to adapt at all.
So and now just to bring it back to current day, like, so in Dallas, right? So tell me a little bit about the fashion scene here in Dallas.
Here in Dallas, it's a lot of different flavors. I'm gonna say that. It's a lot of different flavors. Because I travel so much, especially my first few years here, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really networking as much as I should have been in Dallas. But now, you know, now I'm starting to meet a lot of different individuals here to where we can collab together.
Right.
But Dallas is, I mean, it's a melting pot for entrepreneurs.
Absolutely.
Somebody always needs a logo, or somebody always needs a flyer, or a decal, or, you know, some type of simple shirts or even uniforms, you know what I mean? So yeah, like Dallas is very easy for me to network in when it comes to work.
So as far as you like moving around so much and just kind of being on your own, what's some things that inspire you? You know, it must be tough, like planning yourself and finding that inspiration. So like, walk me through your motivations and some things that just get you up and going and fired up.
To be honest, it's very simple. I like money. I mean, I don't, you know, in today's age, you know, you need money.
I'm about the bag.
Right, I'm about the bag. You know, granted, I do have a great career in aviation, but you know, I feel like with all of the skill sets that I, you know, possess, I'll never go broke.
Absolutely.
You know, I'll never, with the whole pandemic, you know, I think that taught a lot of people that you really can't. It's okay to have a job. Like, I don't want to sit here and tell people, like, you know, quit your job and be an entrepreneur, but you're gonna have to have some type of substance to yourself and some type of skill set to where you can survive. And with graphic design, I've been able to survive. You know, so yeah.
Absolutely. So all right, so now we up to speed, you know what I mean? We got a good idea. So the thing is, like, I'm even wondering myself, like, what's next for Silky? Like, you know, what I know you were chasing that $1 billion bag, but what's next even before then?
So what's next? Honestly, with social media, I think right now that's kind of like my focus right now as far as marketing. And I was just talking to an individual over here about that. So that right there, that's kind of the next step for my clothing brand, to really get the marketing up on social media. Because there's crazy different formulas to Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. You know, without social media and you're trying to put a brand out there, it's going to be very hard.
So hard.
And I think for a minute I've been stuck in my ways of just trying to cut corners with that. Because I used to be heavy on social media when I was in high school.
Facts.
But, you know, with real life, I just was like, I've been doing okay without it. But yeah, that's really the next step for me to take my brand where I really want to go.
Where you need to go. And you have a business page and everything like that for your brand.
Yes.
So we're going to shout that out later, all right? So in the meantime, this interview is fire, Silky, but we got to give a shout out to our sponsor. All right, so we're going to go into our sponsor, Wandar, real quick, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. This interview is about to take it all the way up there, y'all. Hear me? $1 billion bag. Ain't that right, Silky?
$1 billion bag.
All right, let's get it. We'll be right back. This is your host, Dee Boogie Brown, Creative Chronicles.
The Wandar app is a user-friendly mobile application that uses geolocation to connect clients with creatives in your community. Each creative professional has their own user profile showcasing rates, reviews, availability, and a portfolio of their past projects. Wandar, connecting clients with creatives in your community.
All right, now we're back, guys. That was a special word from our sponsor, Wandar. Make sure you guys go check it out. Make sure you download the app and make sure you subscribe to it on all social media platforms. Silky, what you think about Wandar?
I think it's cool, man. Like, it's real simplicity when it comes to, you know, needing to find creative individuals, you know, for different different types of events or, you know, different services and stuff that you need. So yeah, I think that's gonna be a hot one for people.
Hey, yo, look, let's get it. Look, that is literally the app in a whole. Just for us creatives and helping us get to that $1 billion bag. And right, Silky. All right, we're gonna get back to it. So I wanted to start it off I know everybody's looking for the dropping gems, y'all, but there's a key thing that I want to touch on about Silky. All right. So Silky, I want you to really elaborate to our audience like how important it is to be dope. You know what I mean? As far as becoming well-traveled and all of the things that you have seen. So tell people like your journey on traveling.
Well, like I mentioned earlier, you know, being a military brat has definitely allowed me to, you know, be able to get accustomed with different cultures. So the thing is, like, if you want to survive in an entrepreneur type of thing or any creativity type of role, you're gonna be meeting a lot of different people. You're gonna be meeting a lot of different characters, a lot of different personalities, and you know it's not wrong with that.
Absolutely.
You know, it's not wrong with getting out of your comfort zone.
Absolutely.
And I always tell people, get comfortable being uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
That's a gem. We started dropping gems. Let's do
comfortable
it.
being uncomfortable, man, because it's only gonna help you get to where you're trying to go. So.
Absolutely, I love it. I love it. And you were mentioning to me that you've been to Japan, you know, Germany, all these different places. Like, and I tell people, me personally, Silky, I feel like it is so important. It's almost vital for a creative in any field to go out and experience the world because there's so many different facets of it. A lot of people think that they're dope just because they're dope in their hometown. But it's a whole different game out there in the world, you know what I mean? And I feel like to be dope, you have to be exposed to dope.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like a whole thing, right?
Right.
But Silky, let's get into these dropping gems. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, so look, dropping gems is our segment where we have our creative teach you how to do it properly. All right, so I got some questions for you. Right. Silky, you ready to go?
Let's get it.
All right, so my first question is, what's some software that you use that a creative out there, aspiring creative, can use for graphic design?
Adobe Photoshop right off the top. Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator. There's different other you know softwares and stuff that you can use, but I feel like those two pieces are vital. Like you have to learn Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator, and not even just have to know it. It's more so like even if you're somebody who has a hard time with designing, you know, your own logos or your own graphics, and you want to outsource that type of thing, once you have that knowledge and you outsource, you know, that type of job to somebody else and they come back and give you, you know, your product that you're looking for, you're going to be able to critique their work. It's not going to be just like, you know, for example, off topic, for example, like let's say a woman goes to get her car done, you know, maintenance done on her car. A lot of people know that women are not very knowledgeable when it comes to vehicles, right? So they're gonna try to finesse you for your money, right? So when you know these skills, like for Photoshop and Illustrator, no other designer is gonna be able to finesse you in that, and it's gonna save you a lot of money, right? A lot of overhead when it comes to your business, and yeah, it's just gonna give you that stable foundation that you need in this industry.
Dropping gems. Dropping gems. You just gave him a lot. You just gave him a lot. Look, if y'all didn't take nothing from that, missing out. Let's roll into this second question. Some advice you would give an aspiring graphic designer.
Don't be scared to be different. You know, there's a lot of different trends out here, and you know, sometimes when it comes to designing, if it's for yourself, well, let me start. If it's for yourself, right? If it's for your brand, don't be scared to be different, but you also have to keep up with trends because you're not creating clothes for yourself to wear, you're creating clothes for other individuals to wear. So some of the stuff that I come out with, it might not be something that I personally would want to wear all the time, but I'm catering to my audience. So, you know, when it comes to this industry, like, get out of your comfort zone. If you might not care for a certain trend that's going on right now, just think about the money that it's going to put in your pockets. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Look, y'all, dropping big gems. Big gems. Look, so I want to even follow up with that, right? So in the graphic design and the fashion world, right, especially, you see a lot of hype beasts. And what I mean by hype beasts is people that do designs that's based off of other designs that's already working. So can you give an aspiring graphic designer or even fashion designer some tips on how to be different?
Think about what's personal to you. Like for me, one of the things for my graphic design brand, Silky Graphics. For one, my name is Silky. Two, I'm a Leo. So part of my logo is a lion, right? Some people be like, oh, okay, yeah, lion, cool, whatever. But that's my signature. Like anybody that knows me, they know I'm very headstrong when it comes to, what I do. So any piece that I have, or even for my clothes, I'm always gonna put a little signature for something. Even if it's not a design that I just am too crazy about, I'm gonna always put a piece of me inside that design. So yeah, come up with something that's a signature for you and put it in your work.
You might be giving too many gems now. We might have to start charging them for this. Y'all might have to subscribe, pay $9.99 for this one.
Let's do it.
Look, we're gonna keep it going, y'all. We're gonna keep it going. Silky in here dropping nothing but hot gems. All right, so this is a personal question from me as I'm trying to understand. So now that we're in the world of AI on the horizon, what's your thoughts on keeping up with the craft and also as well, like just keeping relevant? Because you got AI now that does all the graphic designs for a lot of people. You can put in a prompt and in seconds, boom. What is your advice on keeping up with AI?
Well, I mean, from an IT perspective, it's really you can't really keep up with AI, right? But the simplicity, because there's people in the world who don't want to deal with AI. Like there's people who are not really tech savvy, right? So they're always gonna need some type of individual or some type of business or a service that they're gonna want to actually talk to a real person, right? Because you can type, like you said, you can type in a prompt that into Chat GPT, right? You could type something in and it's gonna spit out information. Granted, 9 out of 10, 90% of it is accurate. But if you're knowledgeable, like myself, when it comes to the graphic arts industry, I'm gonna know, like, okay, I can take this piece from AI, but I need to make this piece personal, right? So keeping up with it is hard, but it's always gonna be a service, especially for arts. It's always gonna be a service for somebody.
Thank you for that, even for myself. Because AI getting kind of crazy these days. Somebody showed me a music video that was edited by AI. He was like, bro, I just edited a video in 30 seconds. I said, ooh, it's kind of fire.
Yeah.
But hey, bro, I still can do it better, bro. Look, but all seriousness, I like you said it, right? There's always going to be a service and a demand for it. And also as well, there's so many people that do not like dealing with AI.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So I love it, y'all. So that's a gem right there. All right, moving into our last question here. What's your process from beginning to end when it comes to a client requesting a graphic design service?
Well, the first question that I do ask is, do you have some type of image or some type of sketch of how you want your logo to look, right? Most people, they have an idea, but they don't really have exactly what they want in mind, right? So I'll ask them a few questions, like for one, what is it for? Who's your audience? What is this gonna be on? Because that's a key thing that you, like for logos, not every logo looks good on a t-shirt.
Right.
Not every logo looks good on a hat. So I need to know exactly what products you wanna put this on. Is it gonna be screen printed? Is it gonna be embroidered? Like all those type of things is gonna help me, with my creative process on how I'm gonna go about putting, the logo together. So yeah, those are like top questions right off the bat.
I thought you was gonna ask, what's your budget first? I'm messing with you.
I'm gonna be honest, my price isn't for everybody,
Look, say
it's
that.
not for everybody.
I know that's right.
But, and just to kind of like go back to your AI thing, that's another thing, right? You're not really, I've been doing graphic design since 2008.
Yeah.
We're in 2024. You're not really paying me for my time. You paying me for what I know. You know what I'm saying? So, my price might not be for everybody, but
Jim
somebody
right
gonna
there.
pay it.
Right. Oh my goodness. I tell people that all the time.
Yeah.
I hate, and this is just me personally, right? So if I could, I hate, and I feel like it's disrespectful when people think that they can do what I do just because they go and buy a camera. They be like, bro, what camera you shooting with?
Right.
I'm like, oh, so I ain't put 14 years of my life
Right.
into learning, lighting,
Right.
cameras, you know, all these different things. So Jim, y'all, I get harp on that all day. Look, you just got me with that one.
Yeah.
So I did want to have a follow-up question with that, right? So when it comes to clients, right, and they're requesting things, how many revisions do you usually give them? Because that's a big one. That's a big one. Yeah.
All right. I'll be honest. I'm not really like you only get 2 revisions type of person. You know, my goal is to create something that the person loves.
Absolutely.
You know, so I'm very lenient when it comes to revisions. Now, out of my entire career in this industry, I haven't had a lot of experiences where I had to do like 5 revisions or anything. I haven't had that
Lucky
experience.
you.
Yeah.
Oh man, sheesh.
Yeah.
5?
Nah, I haven't
that's
had
light work.
that.
That's rookie numbers.
I haven't had that type of thing. I mean, I think the most revisions I've done is probably like 3.
for you.
And honestly, that 3 was because the person changed their entire vision for the logo.
You had one of those. That's actually worse.
Yeah, it is worse.
That's actually worse.
It is worse. Like, that's one of those moments where, honestly, that's why I got into doing my clothing brand, because my thing was like, all right, I have a client they tell me exactly how they want their logo, right? And I do it exactly how they want it. And then you come back and be like, nah, I changed my mind. Like, what?
Right, like, that's the worst.
You know, they, and another quick gem, if you're somebody who doesn't want to do revisions, or, you know, you're kind of, you know, you don't have that kind of time, make sure they pay you a deposit.
Absolutely.
Okay? 'Cause time is money. All right? So you pay that deposit. Like I said, you know, I'm lenient with revisions. I just personally haven't experienced having to do multiple revisions, but, you know, money talks.
That's fine. Look, Silky, you didn't drop so many gems. I appreciate you. I'm pretty sure people out there viewing appreciate it as well. So that's our segment with dropping gems. Let's go ahead and get into this Creative Blitz, y'all. I know y'all waiting on this one too. Silky, you ready for Creative Blitz?
I'm ready.
All right, so what we're gonna do is, y'all, we're gonna ask some quick questions. All she has to do is hit yes, no, sorry, maybe. Now it's gonna get pretty crazy, y'all. I hope y'all ready. Silky, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's turn it up then. So the first one we have for you here is, you have a time machine and you are able to go see Tupac's final performance at the House of Blues, but in current day, you have a graphic design deal with Drake. Are you going to see Pac? Yes, no, sorry, maybe.
Ooh. Yeah. I'm gonna go see Pac.
Hey.
I'm gonna go see Pac. With Drake, we got 2 to 3 business days.
Drizzy gotta wait. Sorry for the wait, Drake. Sorry for the wait. Look, that's fire. All right, let's get into the next one. We're gonna keep it going. All right, a corporate giant offers you $100 million to do work for them exclusively for the rest of your life. But you just got a deal for $10 million doing your own work exclusively. You going with the $100 million? No. No, that's right.
No, I'm not.
Oh, so you gonna turn down the $100 million?
I'm gonna turn it down because one thing I know is how to take a bag and flip it and triple it and tumble it. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna take that 10 million and go do what I gotta do.
That's fire. That's fire. You still dropping gems. We left gems back there. Look, you still dropping them. That's fire. Oh my goodness. Y'all take that in consideration. We're gonna keep it rolling on the next one. All right. So, is TLC the best R&B female group ever? Yes, no, sorry, maybe.
I love my girl Left Eye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, yo. So that means Destiny Child out of there.
I'm sorry.
3L Dub out of there. That's fire. That's fire.
Yeah.
So give us a little bit of backstory. TLC. Like, why you think TLC is the best female R&B group?
All right, so it goes back to me as a kid, right? I have a crazy lazy left eye, right? So when I was younger, I used to be called Lil Lefty. Yeah,
fire,
and then my swag with it was giving Lil Left Eye vibes. Like I had like the baggy jeans, you know, with the tight fitted shirt, you know, hair done and everything. But yeah, it was definitely giving Lil Left Eye vibes. Yeah.
R.P. to Lisa Left Eye Lopez, you already know. That's fire though, that's fire. We're gonna keep it rocking, all right? So, let's go to the next one. You have an all expenses paid trip to Hawaii with 2 of your best friends, but Usher is in town. You going to hang out with Usher, or you going to Hawaii with your 2 friends on an all expense paid trip?
I'm gonna go hang out with Usher because I'm from Hawaii. We go to Hawaii almost every month.
So that's a yes, no, sorry. So no, you're not going to Hawaii.
I'm not. Ooh. I go there every month.
Fun fact, y'all, Usher from Dallas. I just found that out like today, years old. I thought he was from Atlanta. I know the whole world is shocked. I was shocked too, y'all. Usher was born in Dallas, Texas. Usher, we need answers. But shout out to Silky, y'all. Shout out to Silky. That was our creative bliss for the day. Super fire, y'all. Hey, look, y'all make sure y'all check out Silky, man. We're gonna get into our next segment. Love is free. All right, Silky, so our segment of Love is free, right? I want you to shout out one creative that helped you out, or that you feel that is inspiring others, or that just needs a shout out. One creative, it could be anybody.
It gotta be one?
Just one. Just one. That's what make it good.
All
just
right.
one.
One.
I know, right? I know. But just one creative, you shout them out, you tell us why that one person that you chose, all right?
All right, so I'm gonna shout out to my bro, Mac Brio. Free the bro, all right? And the reason why is because he's actually my childhood best friend, and he's the reason why I even got started in dancing. We started our dance crew together, and without that dance crew, the graphic design thing would have never really took off. So.
That's big. Shout out to the bro. What's his name again?
Mac Brio.
Mac Brio.
Yeah, that's his IG name. It's MAC.BRIO.
Hey, yo, is he coming home soon?
We hope so.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody in the chain gang.
Yeah. Shout out to the bro. Free the bro.
Free the bro. Look, we about to get shirts. Mac Brio, right?
Hey, Mac Brio.
Man, shout out to Mac Brio. Man, that was actually deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. I love it. I love it. So, all right, that's our time for the day. But I want you, before you get up out of here, Silky, I want you to tell everybody where they can find all of your work, all of the great things that you do to follow your journey.
All right, so for me, my personal page, you can find me on Instagram at silky.zc. That's silky.zc. And then my clothing brand, Zuvé Cardiff. You can find us on Instagram too. That's ZUVECARDIFF.
Absolutely. Silky, it was a pleasure. It was an honor to even be in your presence. Thank you so much for coming on Creative Chronicles.
Appreciate the opportunity, bro.
Like I said, I'm gonna be checking you out. I need that hoodie, right? Look, look, y'all, I got a hoodie. I'm gonna wear it on one of these episodes. It got the Nipsey Hussle bit. We're gonna go into another time. That's our time for the day. I'm Dee Boogie Brown. I'm your host of Creative Chronicles Podcast. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Peace.